Hello, welcome to week 3 of the ABA's 2017-18 season. We are going to do another week of simulations. We've seen 2 weeks so far. Teams have played anywhere from 5 to 7 games, and we're learning what these teams are about in these matchups, but we're going to learn more after tonight. Whether some things are really working and some things really aren't working, and if these teams that are overperforming are for real, if these teams that are underperforming are just had a rough start. Let's get to it. Not looking. Let's start with the Spurs beating the Boston Celtics. Experience, I guess, prevails. Look at this balanced scoring. This is excellent team play. They outplayed Boston in their own game. Marcus Morris, a brilliant performance. Rudy Gay was nice. He had a great game off the bench. LaMarcus Aldridge was nice. Darius Miller, nice spread out scoring game. The whole team, it looks like, played well. They had a great game playing as a team. I'm concerned that Danny Green isn't having a nice season so far, but the team plays well. And on the Celtics side, Kyrie Irving has a good game. Jason Tatum plays well, but I don't know. I don't think... Okay, so Will Barton and Marcus Smart were just locked down. Could not make shots at home, and it really just wasn't their night. They got outplayed. They didn't play great defense, and they couldn't keep up and knock down big shots. Al Horford was good, but Will Barton and Marcus Smart struggle shooting. Marcus Smart has been pretty poor as of late. The Heat beat the Timberwolves just barely at home. Oh, wow, very nice. So Hassan Whiteside is a problem. Fred VanVleet and Tyler Johnson and Josh Richardson, they were raining. They decided to go big or go home, risking it all, and they just shoot from 3, and they're firing. Very nice game by these guys. Are just winning with the guards and postmen. Lopez and Whiteside got a lot of rebounds. The centers played well and put this team in it. They just beat the Timberwolves, so this is something. Josh Richardson, 3 of 6 from 3. Tyler Johnson, 3 of 4 from 3. Fred VanVleet, 4 of 5. So they were really raining on them. Wayne Ellington, 2 for 4. Hezonja was pouring it in. I just can't overlook Aaron Gordon. Just absolutely abysmal to start this season. And the Timberwolves on this side, Kevin Durant and Karl Towns have nice games. Of course, Jimmy Butler had 10 assists. He wanted to win this bad. Josh Hart, stellar off the bench. Hernan Gomez was good. Markieff Morris was solid. They didn't play poorly at all. They just got beat by some stellar three-point shooting. Very marvelous win for the Miami Heat here at home. You like to see that for sure. The Knicks beat the Nuggets in a nice home game on a Monday night. Kristaps Porzingis against Jokic, so Kristaps prevails in this battle. And Alec Burks and Jay Crowder, they shoot their way into this game. Dylan Brooks had nice scoring. He had 10 rebounds. Holy mackerel. This is an interesting team for sure, because it's guys that are on the younger side and guys that want to prove themselves that they can win. And they do. Porzingis is the man, and he scores 29. And it's a nice double-double. Nice win. The Knicks winning. On the Nuggets side, Nikola Jokic only 11, 5, and 5. Not what you like to see. Gary Harris shoots a lot. He's pretty effective in this game. Rodney Hood was great. Jamal Murray was good. Some growing pains. Jaylen Brown pretty disappointing. No one really stepped up big besides Gary Harris. Defense was part of their problem. They let the Knicks score 118 at home. The Rockets crushed the Sixers. I feel like I saw this matchup already, so this is, I guess, the only times they'll play. James Harden, 24 points and 16 assists. The whole team was just rolling over the youngsters. Excellent game by James Harden. He's a true star. Melo has been very good for them. Drew Holiday, an excellent game. Capella plays phenomenal. Nene was great. Wow, everybody did well in this game. JJ 3 for 5 on threes. Excellent, brilliant game from the Rockets. They played great team basketball, and the Stars led them. I'm happy James Harden was doing a lot of passing. And on the Sixers side, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, they had good games. Brandon Ingram played well, but they just were outmatched because they can't keep up with the Rockets from a defensive standpoint. But wow, they didn't shoot well. Sarge was pretty terrible again, but the guys did not play bad. They were very efficient. The Grizzlies win an OT against the Hornets. An impressive win for the Grizzlies. Otto Porter, 36 points, my man. He's a true scorer. Andrew Harrison, nice. DeJounte Murray, a very nice play from our point guard. Everyone was taking shots. Kelly Oubre, 36 minutes, but he's all the way down here. Only 8 points. He's still struggling, but Andrew Harrison really picks it up. Chalmers and Corey Brewer like scoring. So this was Otto Porter's game to win. He was not going to lose. Wow, excellent shooting from Otto Porter. Good offensive game. Dwight Howard, 27 points and 20 rebounds, did all he could. Wow. Very nice game from Dwight. Anunoby. So they were too spread out because they could have kept it a closer game if they had just played team basketball, but it looks like they were just hitting open guys. Kid Gilchrist 2 of 14 and Shelvin Mack 0 for 5. And Jeremy Lamb 3 of 10. So they had a lot of rebounds and second chances, but they couldn't stop Otto Porter tonight. And yeah, just a lot of spread out scoring. This team's fun. Guys just trying hard. There's no real fit, but Dwight, man, 40 minutes. The Pelicans beat the Magic. Anthony Davis, a very impressive 32 and 15. That's what you like to see from him. Tobias, a very nice fit, and Bohan. All right. So Kemba does very nice passing, and he realizes these guys got to get hot. Bojan Bogdanovic scores an excellent 23, getting open shots and making them effective. Tobias Harris played an excellent game next to AD. And Anthony Davis, a very nice combination here. The role players weren't bad at all. Impressive win. Defense seems like it's still a bit of a problem. You can understand that a lot of guys are offensive, but Anthony Davis led the way. He was a true star here. And on this side, the Magic, Vucevic, 2 of 13, was abysmal against Anthony Davis. He really locked him down. D Wade did not play very well. Alfred Camino was 1 for 5. Alfred Camino is not having a stellar year, but he is an upgrade, a power forward. Dragic made 5 of 5 from 3. Why'd you stop? You're on fire. The Dragon. Dragic and Fournier. They were good. They scored a lot. Augustine, Spades. This team played well. They just were beaten by a team that had a lot more star power. The Utah Jazz get a win over those Dallas Mavericks. It was way too close, and they had to score 40 in the fourth quarter just to win by 1. Oh man, the Jazz are not good. But Avery Bradley continues to roll off the bench. He's their, quote unquote starter, so to speak. Avery Bradley, 27, 5, and 5 off the bench. I can't believe he's their leading scorer all these times. He's just playing really amazing for them. Reggie Jackson, 22, 4, and 5. Very nice game here. Just tearing up those guards, as was Donovan Mitchell. 3 guys scored 20. Rudy, 15 and 13. Played nice. Doug McDermott is a huge problem for them. I guess he is not cutting it. I think he's starting at power forward, and they're going to have to make a move if they're going to want to remain competitive. Joe Ingles, 8, 4, and 6, nice. Jarrett Jack was alright. But Doug McDermott was just so bad for them. He should have let these guys roll. This core 4 is really putting together some nice performances, but they finally play defense. And they get a win, their first win. So there's no more winless teams in the NBA. I can't believe that they were the last ones to do it. Wow, just beast right here. On the Mavericks side, okay, so they played a hell of a game. Dennis Smith Jr. is still getting it done for them. He's very fun. Pau Gasol, I don't know how this guy's doing. He's turning back the clocks. 20, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. So obviously he knows that he's supposed to score for this team. I just don't remember him even playing this year. It's so funny. Bryn Forbes' is a nice game. Kyle Anderson was pretty solid. Harrison Barnes was good. They played very well. They could have won this game. It's very impressive considering who they were on the other side. They just get it done. They do score. All these guys are scorers for sure. They're a tough beat, Dallas, but they do get beat. Portland beats Toronto pretty easily, so Toronto loses. They're no longer winless. There's no longer, they're no longer undefeated. There's no more undefeated teams in the league. So wow, CJ McCollum is just changing it up. He had 14 assists and 18 points. Damian Lillard was great. Nurk was good. Lopez was great off the bench. Beasley. This is a typical game for them. This is what you would expect, and you want more of. Their bench wasn't anything too poor, and the starters got it done. On the Raptors side, Bellinelli shot way too many times, just trying to win them back into this game. So the Trailblazers played good defense on the bench. As you notice, like Wright, Tolliver, hard building to play. Nick, Zubac and Hoyle not doing too well. Robert Covington didn't play well. So yeah, the Raptors didn't really have it tonight. But Kyle Lowry, 15 assists. That's unbelievable. How did he score so many assists? He was just getting everybody involved. Nobody else was really doing anything. Wow. And DeMar DeRozan continues to be an offensive juggernaut. Valanciunas was good too. 16 points, 15 assists. And the last game of the day, the Warriors destroy the Clippers. Oh man. So this was a very competitive bout between powerhouses, and the Warriors prevail on the road. So the Warriors had their number. That's an impressive win. On a night where Wiggins goes 8 of 20, they still win 138 to 107. How did they do that? Oh man. So Klay Thompson could not be stopped by Lou Will. He just tore him up. Excellent game from him. Steph Curry was great, 24 and 9, getting everybody involved, winning basketball. Wow, they were hot. The Splash Brothers were on tonight, and they just lit it up. That's tough to do in LA, but they know they want to beat them. Randolph was good. good core. What a nice starting lineup. And then Draymond is just, he's got to be up there in assists. I mean, he's not scoring at all. Lance Stevenson off the bench. I knew it was going to be a good fit, and it's so much better than I had anticipated. And the bench guys are pretty good veterans. On the Clip side, Kevin Love was leading the way. DeMarcus Cousins is where I'm looking. He was only 4 of 12. They shut him down. Lou Will wasn't Lou Will. He had a really off night. Chris Paul was great, but none of the other guys really were. They played no defense, and their offense was not impressive. It should have been, but it was not. I think that this team, they might just have too many heavy hands in the starting lineup. Maybe they need a scorer off the bench. Maybe Lou Will has to go off the bench, and he would be much more effective. I don't know. I just know that they're not as strong as you would think. I guess all those stars, it's hard for all of them to go off, but man, they should have played some defense, right? Oh, I can just skip to the next day. So convenient. Oh my god, the Kings. So unimpressive. They lose to the Pacers. Quincy AC knocks down 5 3-pointers. I want to see this game. I will pay good money to see Quincy AC, who probably averaged like 6 points a game, score 20 for them, and have 5 3-pointers. They let him have every one, and he took 11 of them. That is crazy. What in the world? He is a career... Oh wow, he had been much better in the past. Excuse me. Etuan Moore was very nice. He's a good scorer. Dinwiddie played well. Oladipo did not. Oladipo kind of struggled, but the rest of the team had him. These role players, these guys that just want to win. Thad Young, Hollis Jefferson, Miles Turner didn't bring it either. And then Wesley Matthews. They just won by playing defense in Indiana and shutting down those Kings, but they did not play well. On the Kings side, the leading scorer had 13 points. This team really sucks. They'll be much better next year, but De'Aaron Fox, 13 and 5 assists. Bogdan was fine. Frank Mason off the bench. I would say that they're fun, but their best guys are veterans who aren't that likable, and they have so much young talent. Buddy Hield, I don't know what's going on. And their top MVP, Taj Gibson, so. The Nets beat the Phoenix Suns, who've been on a roll, but I mean, the Nets are on a roll as well. This isn't supposed to happen, but good for them. D'Angelo Russell, 11, 6, and 6. They let Richaun Holmes tear it up. 9 of 11 with 19 points. Really, Richaun Holmes? I guess against his former team, maybe? I don't know. But Richaun played excellent off the bench. 19 points in 17 minutes. I mean, how do you get that kind of production? Joe Harris was lighting it up. Corey Joseph was good. So they tore up the guards, tore him up. They have a good group here. Udonis Haslem hit 8 points. Jared Allen, 13 boards. Nick Stauskas, disappointing everywhere. So they out-offense the Suns. Devin Booker had a miserable night in Brooklyn. He was shut down by Buddy Hield. Devin Booker he had 27 points, but he shot so many times. How many shot attempts did he have? Troy Daniels was good from 3, but I imagine if he's good, the rest of the team is not. That kept it close. Dedmon and Chandler got a bunch of boards. Elfrid Payton played pretty horrific against a rookie. This is more like the Suns, in my opinion. Yeah, TJ Warren they had a terrible offensive game, but they put up so much. The Bucks destroyed the Thunder with 139. Giannis 36, 8 and 4 matchup problem. They had no power forward to go against it, or he just tore up Paul George, and that's more impressive. Giannis had 36 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists on very efficient shooting. Eric Bledsoe played excellent. Courtney Lee off the bench, man. I gotta give some time to this. The bench guys were efficient. That's why they were so good. They outplayed the other bench. Middleton was fine, and then John Collins scores a very quiet 18 points. Wow. Henson, more pass. Henson has been such a good center. I don't know what it is, but we cracked the code. And then Courtney Lee, 7 assists off the bench. He is balling. He is just leading the second unit and balling. 20 points. Phenomenal. 4-4. Not missing from 3. The Thunder side, so defense was clearly the problem. But, oh my God, what happened to Paul George? Paul George just got destroyed by Giannis. Paul George had 8 points. That's crazy. And 8 assists. He went 4-15. This is the game that Giannis tore up Paul George. Ginobili, Mike Scott, and Patrick Patterson all played well. And here you go with Paul George way down below. Wow. Steven Adams played well. Westbrook played phenomenal. He's been so good this year. Tyreek did a great job. Wow. Damn. That's a sad loss for the Thunder. But at least the Bucks, it's a very impressive win for the Bucks. The Pistons beat the Lakers. How many games do I have? This is the last game of the day. Cool. Pistons over the Lakers. Blake Griffin, 25 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He was happy to go back to LA, clearly. Drummond was a beast. Ricky Rubio shot so many times. What's up with that? But the big three was really big three today. Ish Smith off the bench. Kent Bazemore was solid. Ed Davis, 12 points, 7 rebounds in 14 minutes. Phenomenal. They played a very good game, top to bottom. Everyone looks like they did pretty well. Kent Bazemore don't miss. And this is a nice win by them in a game where Drummond is looking like the third scorer, to be honest, and then Blake played great. On the Lakers side, this team's having fun. Caldwell Pope and Lonzo didn't play that well shooting wise. Andre Iguodala took so many shots. Oh my God, 26 minutes, 4 points. That's so funny. What else we got? We got Pascal Siakam played well. Evan Turner played really well. Kyle Kuzma was good. Evan Turner played really well. Wow. But they don't get it done. Next day, November 1st, so many games. Oh my God. The Bucks back-to-back, they beat the Hornets. Giannis Antetokounmpo, oh, so close to a triple-double. 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. Just going at Dwight, it looks like. Wow, very nice. Chris Middleton has 21, sidekicking. Courtney Lee, 15 off the bench. Eric Bledsoe was fantastic. Such a nice playmaker. John Collins, this is a great big five. And then John Henson just continues, I guess, to feed. It's weird. He feeds Giannis Antetokounmpo down low. It's so interesting how this team, John Henson, has just become such a nice player for them. He's playing such team basketball. It's ridiculous. What is he averaging assist-wise on the year? 5. Look at this. Unbelievable, sir. Absolutely unbelievable. Are those real numbers? No. That was him in his rookie year? I'm rambling. But very good formula looks like they have here. Giannis went so well. Dwight, 18 and 9. Anunoby, alright. Lamb, Harrell. So they couldn't play much defense, but their offense was pretty typical. They made a bunch of threes. And the Charlotte Hornets, who just like to play competitively, no harm in losing this one at home. They were playing Giannis Antetokounmpo, but they played fine. Cleveland beats the Pacers. LeBron triple-double, 23 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. Does it all the time. Jeff Teague, 11 assists, 12 points. Such a good matchup with LeBron. DeAndre Jordan, 11 points, 7 rebounds. Jordan Clarkson scores 16 as a shooting guard. Korver is nice. Pretty typical. All these summaries seem to be the same. They're clearly the most consistent team as of late. Nice rebounding off the bench. A lot of veterans on this team. And they squashed the Pacers at home. Victor Oladipo has been struggling. I don't know. He might not be ready. Miles Turner, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, brutal. Couldn't find the bucket, but Thad Young. This bench, they keep it close, man. With Thad Young and I guess Etuan Moore. Etuan Moore has been so good off the bench scoring for them. Dinwiddie and Oladipo weren't great. Thad Young, Wesley Matthews. So they were scoring a lot these threes against I guess LeBron, but they scored a lot. 22 points in 24 minutes is extremely impressive. The Hawks crushed the Sixers. Now we're really worried about these Sixers. Julius Randle, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Very nice game from him. Dennis Schroeder, same thing. Dennis Schroeder played great against Ben Simmons. Luke Kennard had 17 points as their shooting guard. They have a really nice rookie here in Luke Kennard. I guess Kevin Huerter's not coming here. Chris is alright. So yeah, the rest of the team, Taurean Prince has 11 rebounds. He's not really scoring. I'm kind of worried about that. Malcolm Delaney, though, 17 points off the bench. Trevor Booker, wow, what a defensive effort, I assume. Joel Embiid was knocked by Julius Randle. I mean, that's such a mismatch. So weird at home. Brandon Ingram, another miserable game. Embiid was so bad in this one. Only 13-11. JJ Redick has a nice game. Embiid can't have a good one. Dario Saric had 17 points, but he still remains inconsistent. And then Ben Simmons just having a very good rookie year with 7 assists, 20 points. The bench is pretty limited, I would say. They could kind of be better. I think this bench should be playing a little bit better. But you have like veterans mixed in with young guys. It's weird. It's a weird mix. I expect trades to be made, but this team should be a playoff team, I would imagine, in the East. Ben Simmons, 20 points, 7 assists. Yeah. The Suns squash The Wizards on the road. Alright, I'll take back what I said. Elfrid Payton, 22-4-6 against John Wall. Troy Daniels has been on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Devin Booker was great. Tyler Ulis really got it done off the bench, played so well. Josh Jackson was good. So Washington really struggles to play defense, it looks like. The Phoenix Suns can put the ball in the bucket. I expected them to play worse defense. I didn't expect the offense to be this good, but it definitely is. Wow, such nice talent spread out. And the Wizards, excuse me. John Wall, not good. Bradley Beal, great. Marc Gasol, a phenomenal game, and they lose this game. Their bench, I expected to be better. Austin Rivers plays 30 minutes and only puts up 9 points. Should have shot more. It was clearly working. JaMychal Green was working. The Wizards let up too many points. This was a game that they probably should have won had they played a little stronger defense on these guys, because they are better players. But shout out to the Suns. Credit to them for playing so well. John Wall should have been better in this one. Only 13 points and only 5 assists. But Marc Gasol, man, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Wow. The Kings beat the Boston Celtics handily. De'Aaron Fox could not be stopped on this day. This is when the Kings were like so excited they got this pick, right? So there was almost like no defense played in this one. So, wow. De'Aaron Fox, 36 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. Just went nuts today and beat Boston. Buddy Hield, 17 points. Taj Gibson, 17 and 8, played so well. Bogdanovich was raining. Frank Mason was good off the bench. JR, wow. So, very, very nice, expressive game from the Sacramento Kings, who all played pretty well. But De'Aaron Fox is the man tonight. On the Celtics side, they played a fine, a little subpar offensive game in Boston. This team has good players. I don't know if they're sort of limited with what they can do. All these guys seem like they can only score like 12, 13. And Kyrie Irving, they're dependent on him a lot. Scores 22. That's nice. Al Horford, 18, 9, and 6. Not bad, but they should have played much better defense here. Al Horford, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. So yeah, they really need more scoring. I mean, they're all good players, but they deserve to be winning more. I don't think Jason Tatum is there yet, and it's a weird fit because you got young guys, and then you got some win now guys, and it's like all just pretty jumbled. I think that this team is just waiting on Tatum to get better, but the other guys are, I don't know. It's just too early, I think. But the Kings, man, just tore them up. They should not have. The Heat beat the Bulls. Luckily, they were losing early on. I don't know how, but the Heat win again. Josh Richardson has a great game. Tyler Johnson plays so well. Aaron Gordon is still just abysmal this year shooting-wise. Sam Whiteside was good. Van Vliet Hazonia was terrible. Lopez was good against his old team. They have guys that are pretty ready to win. It's just a matter of who's going to step up and if they can all sort of play okay. They played great defense, it looks like, holding Chicago to only 90. But yeah, guys that came to win. Josh Richardson is clearly the man. Aaron Gordon and Whiteside are stumbling. Whiteside's been consistent, but they're not really winning because of Whiteside. On the Bulls side, Jalen Jones, let's figure him out. He went undrafted. He is a rookie, and he's from Texas A&M. Interesting. He is in a huge role here. He scores 19 points and leads them. Lauri Markkanen, oh my god, this team shot miserably in Miami. They just ran them off the floor in the end. Wow. A lot of people played, but not many people played well. It's so wishy-washy, like, how they did this game. Some guys were alright. They were close, but they could not win this game. Lauri Markkanen had 11 points. Bobby Portis had 10. Yeah, this is not a strong game from them. On November 1st, I gotta pick things up. Right. I gotta pick things up. Holy crap. The Grizzlies lose to the Orlando Magic. Let me get a charger. So the Magic win. They beat the tough Grizzlies team on this side. So Goran Dragic has a great game. Jonathan Simmons was very nice. Evan Fournier was good. Vucevic was good. So they played pretty well. Everybody played well. They didn't shoot a ton, but yeah, they played well. Dragic and Simmons led scoring, and they were able to put the win together over the inexperienced Grizzlies. That's why I think this matchup went the other way. Chalmers shot a bunch. And it looks like Kelly Oubre and Andrew Harrison has been a big piece. But Kelly Oubre for sure is looking like a good scorer. Jerome Martin scores a lot. Otto Porter came back alright. Not the best day for the Memphis Grizzlies. They were close. They let the Magic get it back in the end. The starters just took over, it looks like. The Pelicans beat the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are losing this week, and the Pelicans beat them. That's so impressive, considering who's on the other side. What's star power in this game? Anthony Davis doesn't play well. He's held to 14 points on 5 of 15 shooting. But Tobias Harris steps up in a big way, as does Bojan Bogdanovic. These guys are playing so well next to each other. 27 points for Tobias Harris. 22 points for Bojan Bogdanovic. Kemba Walker, nice 15 and 7. Bench plays well. They put up a lot of points, and they really needed to. I'm happy the offense is clicking. On the Timberwolves side, Kevin Durant was sensational. Couldn't be stopped. Should have shot more. Karl Towns was how they lost. Only going 3 of 11. So Towns and Davis just really struggled going head to head, it looks like. So Towns not playing well is why they lost. Jimmy Butler played fantastic. Markieff Morris was good. Jamal Crawford had 11. The bench could have done better, and George Hill only had 2 points in 30 minutes. Ouch. Pelicans played well, and they get the W. The Rockets beat the Knicks, so Harden continues to do well in New York. So Carmelo Anthony in his return game to New York, it is so fitting. Just terrorizes them in that building. Wow. So he goes off for 25. Eric Gordon has 17. Harden 13, 7, and 9. Oh, Harden didn't play well. Drew Holiday didn't play well either. This game was really close and it shouldn't have been. Clint Capella 12 and 13 doesn't miss. A very nice game for Clint Capella. Nene, the bench played meaningful minutes. That helped. But Carmelo in New York was not going to lose this battle, and they should have been this close because the Knicks are inexperienced. The Rockets clearly have better players, but Carmelo Anthony really tears it up for them. Kristaps Porzingis has 21. He's good. Valentine, Dylan Brooks were good. Alec Burks was good. Jay Crowder was pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Jerry Grant was pretty bad. But yeah, they had some guys step up who were solid. They should have shot better. They could have shot better, but they didn't. And so you have a game in which the Knicks just couldn't really put up a lot of offense, but their defense was impressive, I must say, against all that star power. 12 and 10 for Canner. Valentine's nice game. The Raptors beat the Nuggets in a close game. Nuggets are falling, man. The Toronto Raptors have DeMar DeRozan going for 24 points and 7 assists, playing excellent basketball. Robert Covington plays really well. Kyle Lowry fills the stat sheet. Valanciunas played a nice game. DeLon Wright and Marco Bellinelli off the bench. That was really meaningful for them to put up those kind of numbers when Serge can't get it going, who only has 4. The rest of the bench, all right. Nobody played bad. They shot well from 3. They just needed some good bench support, and they got it. Bellinelli had 14 points off the bench, which is nice. And DeLon Wright was excellent. Really excellent. The Nuggets, Jaylen Brown, 2 of 12. That will cost you. Semi Ojeleye had 10 shot attempts. That is more than Rozier and Rodney Hood. But Jaylen Brown really struggled in this one. 6 points in 31 minutes cost them when everybody played so well. Jokic had 15, 16, and 8. Gary Harris had 17. Jamal Murray had 20. Terry Rozier and Rodney Hood had 12. They had so much offense, but if Jaylen Brown scored a little bit more, just a little bit more, the Nuggets would have walked away with a win at home. Beat by a better team. Portland beats Utah. I'm happy that Portland won the game because they deserve to get a victory. Damian Lillard 24 and 9. CJ McCollum 25, 7 and 6. Plays so well against Donovan Mitchell. Nurkic was nice. Beasley was nice. Brook Lopez was nice. This was a very nice game from Portland, and they played good defense, and they got 3-point shooting from their bench. On the Jazz side, so they only get 5 points out of 31 Joe Ingles minutes. Doug McDermott and Reggie Jackson only has 6 points and 6 assists. That's a very bad game. Rudy Gobert 11 and 12. Avery Bradley, 14 points off the bench, just 14. He's scoring so much more than Donovan Mitchell. Scores 24. That's a nice game from the rookie but they got outplayed by Portland at home. Fans are disappointed. Donovan Mitchell, 24 points as the rookie. Very good, sir. Last game of the day. The Clippers win by 1 over Dallas. I mean, you won't see that. That will go unnoticed, but the fact that the Clippers couldn't beat these Mavericks by more is really speaking volumes. Will Williams had 25 points on bad shooting, but he shot 13 fucking free throw attempts. Wow, so Will Williams, 25, DeMarcus Cousins, 18 and 10, Kevin Love, a nice 11 and 8. Chris Paul shoots terribly. Rondo shoots terribly. Tim Hardaway Jr. shoots terribly. Wow, so this is a bad game from Chris Paul, who should have played much better at home against these lowly Dallas Mavericks. Wow. So Chris Paul let him come back into this one. On the Mavericks side, Harrison Barnes was very impressive. Ryan Anderson just wasn't missing. Kept it close. Pau Gasol continues to be a problem. All this very balanced scoring. Everyone was able to pour it in. Even a night when Dennis Smith Jr. was locked down by Chris Paul and couldn't do much. Still walks away with 8 assists. He's playing as a very good rookie. He's playing a big role. Farrell and Forbes. So they shoot pretty poorly from 3, but they kept it really close. They have offense, and they play good defense, it looks like. That is it for November 1st. That was so long. November 2nd has 2 games. It makes sense. The Spurs beat the Warriors on the Spurs side in this big, big rivalry. You know they wanted to get that victory. Wow, 3 guys scored 20. Darius Miller scores 20 points off the bench for the Spurs. Wow, he was a real problem. Darren Collison had an excellent 20. LaMarcus Aldridge had 22, so he was pretty good. Felicio, 15 points in 10 minutes. What in the world? Marcus Morris was nice. He really filled the stat sheet and played a lot. Danny Green made meaningful shots, I bet. They shot well. Dirk really couldn't get it done, because the Warriors were running them all over the place. Wow, this team is pretty deep, man. They have a lot of talent. Rudy Gay, 7, 9, and 4. They played a very good team basketball game. Patty Mills, 9 assists off the bench. I mean, how do these guys have great stat lines? They all played so well, it looks like. They're going to be able to be a good team soon. Clay doesn't play great. Curry has a nice game. He should have shot more. I don't know why he's not shooting more. David West had 12. That's probably a loss as their 3rd leading scorer. Andrew Wiggins didn't play well. Lance Stevenson, Zach Randolph, they couldn't keep up. But do note that Draymond Green had 11 rebounds and 13, count them, all 13 assists. Was just carrying the offense. I'm a little unsure why this Draymond is just really becoming a passer and Curry's not scoring a lot, unless Draymond's just playing point for them. And then the Lakers beat Portland. So the Lakers, a very fun win. They beat Portland. How did they do it? I was not expecting Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to have 26 fucking points, but he reins it in from all around. They couldn't really stop him. They beat him at their own game. Kyle Kuzma, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Malcolm Brogdon, 16. Evan Turner, 15. He's playing very well this week. Siakam 10 and 6. Kelly Oubre. Lonzo, very nice stat line, even though he's not scoring. Wow. So a good game. Iguodala plays great. So yeah, these Lakers are fun, man, and they win a close game. So they played very well. Tough loss for Portland. They couldn't stop the young guys who were just having too much fun and on the road. So McCollum, 31 and 7, very nice shooting. Damian Lillard had even better shooting, 29 and 9. James Ennis scores 15 in 19 minutes. Brook Lopez 13. Beasley 7 and 5. Nurkic. The bench kind of blew it because they were getting outplayed by the Lakers and they couldn't really score. This bench is not that strong. I will say they should be better. Portland really should improve this bench for what the starters bring. But Brook Lopez brought it. Michael Beasley was nice. Damn, their starters are not going to play that well all the time. November 3rd has a ton of games. Really quick. The Bucks win by 30 against the Pistons, so the Bucks are fucking rolling. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 24, 8 and 6, very efficient shooting. Chris Middleton has 13 assists, young man, and has 17 points. Very efficient scoring. Monty Morris and Thon Maker were huge off the bench. On a night where John Collins and Courtney Lee were pretty stuck, doing nothing. They had good games. Eric Bledsoe has been so important to the success of the Bucks. He has 24 again, and he has 6 assists on very nice scoring. Just tears up Ricky Rubio. He knows he's better than him. Kent Bazemore has 1 of 8, but has 11 assists. Whose problem is that? Chris Middleton and Kent Bazemore were just passing to each other all the fucking time. It's so weird. Andre Drummond this is a bad loss for the Pistons. Andre Drummond 27 and 9. Blake Griffin 17, 5 and 3. Inefficient, getting locked down. They lost to what appears to be a much better team on the other side. But 27 points from Andre Drummond is no joke. Rubio shooting a lot again. The Magic just beat the Chicago Bulls. Scary. What the hell? Evan Fournier scores 20. Evan Fournier scores 18. Goran Dragic scores 20. So the backcourt guys are doing well. Dwayne Wade won this game, let's say. 18 points off the bench in 21 minutes. Had 6 rebounds, but he was excellent. They could not stop Dwayne Wade against his hometown Chicago. Jonathan Simmons, very nice. Where is Vucevic? Only 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. This team is clearly running outside in. So they needed to play better defense and shoot better threes. Oh my god, Aminu and Spates, they're letting them have them. These Bulls do not give a fuck. Wow, Wade was great. Lauri Markkanen had a nice game. So this is the opposite. The bigs were playing well. That's why, it was a nice, interesting matchup. Chris Dunn 10 and 6. Nwaba was alright. They could have won this game. Vonleh played very well. Portis played well. But I don't think they had enough to stop the Magic. They were played a nice game though. They played much better than expected. Is this the next game? The Sixers beat the Pacers. All right, so the Sixers got a win over a team that has been playing well. Dario Saric, 19, comes back strong. Luwu Cabarrot scores 17. He's been so interesting off the bench. Brandon Ingram has a nice 16. Ben Simmons, 14 and 8. Is playing great. JJ nice. Joel Embiid is in some sort of slump. I don't know what it is, but he's only scoring 9 here. Ersan, bench guys were able to score and put up numbers. That's good, including Luwu Cabarrot. I mean, that's very impressive. 17 points from him is huge. On the Pacers side, Victor Oladipo does well. So the defense cost them. They couldn't score that many points because the three-point shooting wasn't there. Hollis Jefferson, it's not a good game. Miles Turner, he played all right. They played all right. They weren't going to win against the Sixers if they played defense that way, because these guys aren't putting up big numbers. No one scores 20. It's kind of disappointing, even though like 7 guys scored 10. Oladipo, 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Okay. The Cavs lose to the Washington Wizards. So the Wizards beat a very good team. What happens? Wow. I am just going to look at this for a while. Wow. Marc Gasol in a big trade, giving up a lot of the Wizards' future assets. They invest heavily, and they get against East leader Cleveland. For Marc Gasol, they get 31 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, very good shooting, and 4 of 9 from 3. He was just raining on them. Justin Holiday is the next leading scorer. He also scores 30. Justin Holiday scored 30 points. I am losing it against LeBron James. Drew Holiday outplayed LeBron James. Justin Holiday. That would have made sense, but Justin Holiday outscored LeBron James. So they decide they don't need Kelly Oubre and Otto Porter and say, we're going to go with Justin Holiday, and he scores 30. Justin Holiday scores 30. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 7 from 3. And just very good shooting. He was sensational. Bradley Beal, 26 and 6. Wow, the Cavs kept it really close because they're a good team, but the Wizards, they needed to win this game, and they did. They played well, but they needed every bit of it. JaMychal Green, 12 rebounds. Rivers still really not doing a lot. John Wall, 11 and 11. Bradley Beal, they have 3 guys scoring 25. 26 points, 6 assists. John Wall, 11 assists. Wow. They got it. They got it done. Cavs. So LeBron, 23, 6 and 9 on the road. I can understand if this was kind of a loss. They played very close though. Good win for the Wizards. Really happy for them. Jeff Teague, 16 and 9. Played another good game. Kyle Korver was a big problem for them. Running everywhere, just raining. It's unfair that those two play together. DeAndre Jordan, 14 and 13. DeAndre's still in his prime. Jordan Clarkson plays well. Starters play great. There's no reason why the Cavs lost other than letting them just run 3-pointers. They played super well, and this Cavs team is not going down easy. And they got it in a 6-point loss on the road. Wow. Got to get through this. The Rockets win by 1 over the Atlanta Hawks. Oh boy. So James Harden, 23, 3 and 4. That's okay. Melo doesn't shoot great. Eric Gordon doesn't shoot great. Trevor Ariza doesn't shoot great. They don't shoot great. Clint Capella had 21 fucking boards, though. Just Drew Holiday here, for sure. 13 points. Melo has 18. They get a win. They shot poorly. They let the Hawks have 97. The Rockets can't score 100 on the Atlanta Hawks. I guess those are 2 open looks. Taurean Prince finally. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Wow, he was very active tonight. Dennis Schroeder was good. Julius Randle didn't shoot enough. Luke Kennard was probably trying to win the game. Luke Kennard and Malcolm Delaney, they could have been heroes against the Rockets, but they don't get it done. Chris scores a lot. Dorsey and Hilliard, but Kennard and Malcolm Delaney really cost them big. The Knicks beat the Suns. The Knicks have a good win at home. And Kyle O'Quinn, ladies and gentlemen, has 16 points and 10 rebounds off the bench against Tyson Chandler in New York. What is going on? The guys play all right. Kristaps Porzingis didn't have a good game. Jerry Grant didn't have a good game. Enes Kanter had 16 rebounds. There's nothing else. So they had no offense really this game. But Kyle O'Quinn, man, 16 points. Well, it's just not going to let them lose. So interesting when they have games like that. 10 rebounds. Wow. Unsung hero. Underrespected. The Suns lose again. Over Payton, 11, 5, and 6. Troy Daniels. It makes so much sense when they lose, but not sense when they win. And they have TJ Warren scoring 21. Devin Booker only takes 9 shots. They let Josh Jackson shoot as many times as Booker. That's a problem. Devin Booker could not really get it done. Only scoring 14. TJ Warren played well. Pelicans crushed the Mavericks, as they should. Kemba Walker, this is a breakout game for sure. He has 26 points here, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Welcome to New Orleans. There's 4 guys that can beat you on this Pelicans team. Anthony Davis in 40 minutes. Wow, the Mavericks played terrible defense on these fucking guys. 3 guys scored 23. 4 guys. Anthony Davis, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 2 blocks. Very efficient. Tobias Harris scores 23. He's being an excellent fit next to Anthony Davis. Nicholas Batum reigns from 3, sir. Big game. 23 points from Nick Batum. Wow. Bojan doesn't play well, but Nick Batum steps up for him. Tony Parker, nice assist off the bench. And then on the Maverick side, Mirotic is just so quiet. Maybe Mirotic is on the trade block. They have Dennis Smith having a good game again. So reliable. Yogi Ferrell does good. Harrison Barnes and David Stockton do terribly. Pau Gasol does pretty awful against Anthony Davis. Go figure. Bryn Forbes terrible. Alright, whatever. Spurs win again. Man, Spurs are fucking rolling. 31 points and 12 rebounds. 10 of 17 from the floor. Excellent game from him against Dwight Howard. Just really outstretches him. Dirk Nowitzki has a great game. 19 points, 10 rebounds. Does very well for them. I guess they left him open. Didn't trust it. Darius Miller again. Darren Collison, nice. Marcus Morris was quiet. Rudy Gay was quiet. But everybody scored. Everybody had a nice, good defensive game, it looks like, if anything. I can't believe Dirk scores 19 points. That is pretty funny. The Hornets side, wow. Ooh. Ooh. Balance, but no one scores over 12. That is a sign of a loss. They got shut down. Montrez and Dwight Howard were shut down in the paint by the Spurs bigs. Spurs, Hall of Fame bigs. Wow, so Dwight wasn't great for them. Montrez, yeah, so they got outplayed. They had better players, but this was a respectable game. They don't play that bad. Marshall Brooks 0 of 7. Tyus Jones 1 of 6. Anunoby 1 of 5. They could have played better. The Nuggets get a win finally over the Heat, and the Heat have been really on fire. They've been hot. The Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray, great game. Gary Harris, great game. Jaylen Brown, still shooting a lot, but has a nice game here. Terry Rozier, 18, 9, and 5 off the bench. Wow. Very good best backup point guard in the league. Nikola Jokic, quiet, but 13, 7, and 7. Rodney Hood, alright. They played very good offense. Their guards were outplaying the Miami guards for sure. And they get a victory here. The Heat, yeah, so nice game. Robin Lopez scores 18. Aaron Gordon finally 17 points and 17 rebounds against the non-athletic bigs. Hassan Whiteside 11 and 11, but he does it in a loss, which is really bothering me. Yeah, he gets 17-17 in a loss, Aaron Gordon. Josh Richardson only goes 3 of 9. Hazonia goes 3 of 8. Tyler Johnson only scores 9. Van Vliet brought it. Their bigs just dominated the Nuggets bigs. Complete opposite battle, but we saw this earlier. And that's how the Nuggets are able to take it home. Robin Lopez, their leading scorer on this team, is worrisome for sure. He hit a fucking three-pointer. Robin Lopez hit a three-pointer. As did James Johnson. I don't know. Disappointing. The Jazz win. The Utah Jazz beat the Toronto Raptors. That is scary. But the Jazz win. Joe Ingles heard the last episode. 13 points, 12 assists. Joe Ingles just tearing it up. Doug McDermott finally has a huge game. 18 points for Doug. Plays big. Rudy Gobert 19 and 10. Avery Bradley goes off for 22. Donovan Mitchell kind of plays quiet but has 11 points. He's the sixth leading scorer, and the team won and played tremendous defense, surprisingly shutting down Toronto. I guess Utah really shook them up. Wow. So they played an interesting game here. They won. I'm not going to discredit them for winning. But Donovan Mitchell only has 11. But they outplayed the Toronto Raptors? Really? Wow. Very good team basketball against a very impressive team that they knew that they needed to make a statement against. And we're watching. Or this was a random win, but it was an off night for Toronto for sure. Donovan Mitchell. Okay. Avery Bradley's the man. DeMar DeRozan has been so consistently good. Kyle Lowry plays well again. Bellinelli, I'm looking for it. Robert Covington didn't play well. Jonas Valanciunas in 22 minutes only has 2 points, so Gobert shut him down, and just made this game about playing with their guards, and the Raptors just weren't really having a lot of offense, it looks like. Utah played good defense. And the guards outplayed them. And they let Joe Ingles tore up Robert Covington. So strange. Still not done on this day. The Thunder beat the Celtics, so the Celtics really got to look at themselves in the mirror. Russell Westbrook, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists, is just tremendous and so unstoppable. Paul George, 27 points. Very nice. Tyreke Evans, 17 and 7 is such a good addition. Really legitimizes and makes those guys' jobs easier. Brings them an extra spark. Steven Adams, 6 and 14 rebounds. Very nice. The bench plays atrocious. They don't score really. Mike Scott scores 12. I guess you only really need like one big guy. You got a full stacked starting lineup. This bench doesn't bring me a lot of praise, but their starters really get it done. Wow, Russell Westbrook is going nuts, and he's shooting so well from 3. And then on the Celtics side, yeah, they can't score enough. Very talented team, could probably improve quickly, but Kyrie Irving scores 18. Marcus Smart gets it back. So Tatum, Horford, they play fine, but they can't put up like big numbers, and that's a big problem for the Celtics because you know Tatum's going to come through sooner or later. But Tatum only scores 13, Smart 14, Will Barton only scores 14. It's very balanced, but it's like not much there because these guys are probably scoring what they could. Wilson Chandler is not really doing much at the power forward spot. So they have a lot of like average scoring. They could not stop the Thunder train. It looks like Al Horford getting a lot of money but not really putting up big numbers. They played team basketball. They just don't really have enough. They weren't that efficient. Guys could have been a lot better. They were just on this night. And then the Nets actually win. The Nets beat the Lakers. The Nets are a good team. Nick Stauskas was really good here. Sabonis 13 and 10. D'Angelo Russell 11, 7 and 5. A nice stat line. Jared Allen 10 and 8. Karis LeVert 8, 7 and 6. Does a nice all-around game with all those minutes. Joe Harris 0 of 8. 0 of 8. Jeez. This game could have been a lot worse as some threes fall. The bench, alright. Corey Joseph, though. Corey Joseph in 25 minutes scores 23 points, has a fantastic game. They have legitimate bench pieces in Corey Joseph and Rashawn Holmes and Dante Cunningham, I would say. Or Allen Crabbe. On this day, the Lakers score 87. They were just thinking about the after party. These guys going out. Lonzo Ball finally scores 18 points and worries less about all these other stats. Kelly Olynyk is just having so much fun, just letting it fly. I think he's their leading scorer. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope calms down. Brogdon doesn't shoot well. Bam Adebayo doesn't even shoot in 20 minutes. Kyle Kuzma goes 1 for 9. They could have played better, but I think that the Nets just took this game a lot more seriously. Wow. Pascal was quiet as well. But 32 minutes, you only scored 2 points. That's a big loss. And they don't play that much defense here. Alright. November 4th? Oh my god, how many games are on this day? Oh my god, I did not realize I was taking this long. The Grizzlies shock the fucking Clippers and just destroy them. Otto Porter, 20 points and 12 rebounds. Marcin Gortat, 11 points. Kelly Oubre. So they really just shut him down. I am curious to see, because the Grizzlies did not play that well of an offensive game, as well as Otto Porter did for them. Lou Williams, 3 of 19. Stop shooting. Wesley Johnson, 1 of 9. Stop shooting. Chris Paul doesn't play well. Hardaway goes 4 of 13. There's a fit problem. All these guys are just out of whack. DeMarcus Cousins, 6 of 11, 15 points, 9 rebounds. Kevin Love. So they gotta fix this quick, because this team is so talented. In OT, the Kings beat the Pistons. How a nice surprise. So the Kings, Skal Labissière 27. Buddy Hield finally wakes up. Taj Gibson plays alright. De'Aaron Fox calms down. Cauley Stein has a lot of rebounds. These stats are boosted. But it looks like they just relied on their starters. Buddy Hield and Taj Gibson really brought it home. And Skal Labissière, 27 points, which is unstoppable. Blake Griffin, 27 and 7. Kent Bazemore did all he could, played so well for them. Andre Drummond, 17 and 23. Ricky Rubio is not a scorer. Jonas Jerebko shot so poorly here. We'll have to see that. The bench, I just don't think the bench is playing up to expectations. The Pistons should be better. They know that they're better. Ricky Rubio, they're clearly sacrificing scoring, because he's taking too many shots. I think if they had more scoring, Ricky Rubio wouldn't take as many shots, but they're relying on him to take shots, and they're just not falling. Andre Drummond, 17 points, 23 boards though. The Pelicans win by 1, but they do win. Okay, the Pelicans just beat the Bulls, barely. Scary. Anthony Davis, 30 and 13. Kemba Walker only scores 14, but he has 9 assists. Tobias, Batum don't shoot well. I guess the Bulls' plan was just like, let's play defense, let's shut them down. Wow, but what a close game, off game for these Pelicans. Anthony Davis in Chicago, where he grew up, has a big game. And that's how they win. The team did not play well at all. Shot very poorly. Mirotic looking pretty bad. The Bulls, they let Costa Koufos go off for 18 points. I have never seen that before. Unbelievable. Chris Dunn, Bobby Portis has 12 boards. Lance Thomas shoots a bunch, trying to win this game. Lauri Markkanen was alright. Jalen Jones, great rookie. They played so impressive. So this is such an impressive, close game. Everybody tried to get in on it, and they come up short. The Bulls really keep these games close, though. Timberwolves take care of the Mavericks, as they should. They got so much more star power. So Jimmy Butler right away only scores 4 points. Has 7 assists though. Karl Towns, 29 points, 17 rebounds, phenomenal. Kevin Durant, 24, 3 and 4, was scary good. Markieff was good. Josh Hart was good. Gibson Hill was good. The only thing was Butler, but they did get a nice win over the inferior Dallas Mavericks. Yogi Ferrell played great. It's a shame that they lost. Dennis Smith Jr. played so well. He's been so good for them. They rely on him a bunch. Harrison Barnes was nice. Stockton, Mejri. They got some good minutes out of guys. Poor shooting, but I mean, you expect that. They put up 103 against the Timberwolves. That's a big sign. Pau Gasol, 2 points, 27 minutes. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And then the Nuggets, they went to OT, and they shut down the Warriors. The Nuggets win. very inexperienced. They got so much experience. They couldn't stop Nikola Jokic, that's clear, and Jamal Murray. So Nikola Jokic, 28 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, was a big matchup problem and really made his presence known. He scored 28. Jamal Murray was great, beating the Warriors. Rodney Hood, 14, 3, and 4. Doesn't shoot well at all. Jaylen Brown doesn't shoot well at all. These guys do not shoot well at all. How the fuck did they win this game? Wow, but they all put up big numbers. I mean, like, they all shot a bunch and poured it in. Wow. Poor shooting. Jaylen Brown is just shooting so much. I expect with so much talent on this team that he wouldn't have to shoot that poorly. Wow, they did not shoot well, but Jokic made sure they won. On the other side, very curious. Klay Thompson didn't show up. Zach Randolph didn't show up. Draymond finally scores 15 points. Wiggins scores 17 in 44 minutes. Only 17 points. And Steph Curry, 23 and 8, is still only shooting 14 times. What is up with that? Steph Curry is just not shooting that well. Unbelievable. The Nuggets clearly wanted it more. They were just more aggressive. I think the Warriors expected to win this game easily. But the Warriors fall in OT. I bet that game was on TNT or some shit. Or ESPN. Curry, 23 and 8. Thompson, 12, 7, and 6. Thompson doesn't do that hot. November 5th. Okay, not that many. The Cavs take care of the Hawks as they should. Cavs should not lose to the Hawks. LeBron, 28, 14, and 8. I mean, it doesn't look great considering it's not a triple-double or he doesn't have 30, but wow, that's like such an easy stat line for him to have, I bet. Easy dominant win. Marvin Williams scored 16, nice support. Jeff Teague, DeAndre Jordan do their thing. This team did their thing, and they just beat up on the Atlanta Hawks. Malcolm Delaney was their leading scorer with 16. So yeah, you can consider Luke Kennard and Marquise Chris being super intimidated, not shooting a lot. Taurean Prince trying to shoot a lot without a lot of confidence. I respect it. Julius Randle wasn't playing well at all. Dennis Schroeder's fearless. Tyler Dorsey and Malcolm Delaney are the ones that take over because the starters were afraid. The Clippers get a win, and I need to understand why this worked. So Chris Paul had 16 points and 10 assists, so he played excellent. DeMarcus Cousins, 16 and 9. Those are easy buckets. Derek Favors, 15 and 10 off the bench. Tim Hardaway didn't shoot that terribly. He was fine. Lou Williams shot much better. So they shot better. They just generally shot better, especially with, I was mentioning him last. Kevin Love had 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. They recognize that he can put the ball in the hoop. Will finally was like, alright, I'm going to pass more and look for better shots. The Heat, Aaron Gordon in a loss, man. I don't know. Wayne Ellington shoots a bunch. Josh Richardson and Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson's really bringing it as of late. They played close. They played pretty close, but they couldn't get it done. I believe that there was a better team on the other side. The Boston Celtics, they do beat the Orlando Magic. I was worried that they wouldn't. So here's a game that you'd like to see, even though the defense really isn't there. Al Horford scores 20 points, has 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. So he can score 20. Kyrie has 16 and 7. It's alright. He shoots poorly from 3. Marcus Smart shot way too much. Jeremy Grant was alright. Will Barton was shooting too much. Jason Tatum didn't really do much. The team did not play well, other than I guess Tatum in 31 minutes, but that's still not a lot of scoring. Kyrie was alright, but Al Horford really wanted to win this game as a leader. Those are big numbers. And then on the Magic side, yep, Fournier and Dragic. Dragic really balling, doing his thing. D-Wade didn't shoot very well against a bunch of his Boston gang. Vucevic was abysmal. Al Horford was winning them this game, by all means. Vucevic is really outmatched here. Jonathan Simmons, 6 of 17. If he didn't do that, they have a good chance of winning this game. They didn't play that bad. Goran Dragic is the man. But Vucevic, 1 of 8. Oh, that's brutal. The Wizards beat the Raptors. The Raptors are really slipping, but the Wizards are on up. John Wall, 15 points, 10 assists. Justin Holiday, 15. Marc Gasol, 16, 12, and 6. So he plays great again. So hard to stop. And then you got Bradley Beal, superstar, scores a bunch, 26. Quality win, and they played much better defense. I'm really worried that like Austin Rivers isn't really caring about like how important of a role he's getting here for all of his minutes. The Raptors, Robert Covington having a very poor week. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad, but he plays terribly here. Jonas Valanciunas was alright, Bellinelli was alright, Kyle Lowry was great, and DeMar DeRozan was great. And then you got Serge Ibaka not showing up to this matchup. Robert Covington really just struggled. But I mean, wow, the offense wasn't really here. They shot very poorly all around. Lowry was great, and DeRozan was great as well. The Jazz, the Utah Jazz beat the Houston Rockets. What is up with the Rockets? But the Jazz win. Wow. Joe Ingles on fire the past 2 games. Really waking up. 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Really stepping up. Everything, comes together in the end. Everything plays out, evens out. Donovan Mitchell, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. That must have been nice against Harden. Doug McDermott is shooting really well in that Houston building. Reggie Jackson shot way too many times, but they had a very impressive win here. Avery only scores 9. And then Gobert was alright. Jarrett Jack had 9 boards. What? That led the team. Gobert and Capella, I assume, were just going toe to toe. And then, yeah, just interesting game, but Donovan Mitchell and Joe Ingles, man. The Rockets. So, yeah, Capella didn't do much against Gobert. Eric Gordon didn't shoot well. Drew Holiday didn't shoot well. These guys had to score more. You got all those minutes, guys. Drew Holiday's not in there to pass. He's in there to score. Eric Gordon's been very bad. Melo plays very bad. And then, yeah, against Joe Ingles. And then James Harden just played excellent. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and a nice fat loss. His teammates just didn't show up. Spurs really impressive lately. They beat the Suns. Aldridge has 20 points. Dirk Nowitzki has 18. He's again their second leading scorer. I don't know how, but he's doing it. He scores 18. Rudy Gay 16. Very balanced. Patty Mills 15 despite no threes. Danny Green finally stepping up. Darren Collison 13 and 7. He plays well. Marcus Morris, quiet. You know, Marcus Morris can afford to play bad games because his role is really small. But Marcus Aldridge just leading the way. He's the big ticket item and he's a big scorer for this team. Everybody gets involved. Everybody scores pretty well. Osman even 8 points in 6 minutes. Wow. Marcus Aldridge 20 points. The Suns team. So Devin Booker is just really struggling lately. Troy Daniels has some nice scoring. That's all he does. He's been a great player for them if they look to trade him. Elfrid Payton, nice leading scorer. They got outmatched. The Spurs were just had too much experience, and they just had too much star power. The Pacers beat the Knicks in the Knicks building. I know Reggie Miller must have been happy. Wow. So Victor Oladipo, 6 of 19. That's why it was so close. As was Dinwiddie, 0 of 9 from 3, 2 of 12. So this team really grinded out the W because they did not have it coming their way. Even Turner was 4 of 11. So this team shot so terribly. But again, the bench really picks them up. Haas, Jefferson, Thad Young was alright. Wow, what a miserable game for this team. Victor Oladipo just shot so many times. Still finished with 21. And then the Knicks, no one scores over 15. Kristaps Porzingis had a miserable night as well. Against Rondae Hollis Jefferson in Miles Turner's paint. Enes Kanter had a nice game, kept it close, really close. Dylan Brooks played great. Jay Crowder played alright. Valentine. They just had some inefficiencies on the bench. They need everyone to be okay, and they need their best players to do well. He did not on this night, KP. Moutier, alright. Yeah. They lost because they just couldn't shoot the 3 ball. They lose at home a lot. The Timberwolves take care of the Pistons. The Hornets, I'm sorry. Jimmy Butler, 18 points, comes back. No one scores 20, but these guys all score 15 at least. Towns, 15 and 13. Kevin Durant, really only 16, played fine. I guess he was held down by a good defense. They made it a mission to stop him. Jimmy Butler does step up, though. Markieff Morris, 16, 5, and 4 was good. Yeah, they played alright. They really held it down on the defensive end, all those guys. Despite Dwight Howard's 20 and 10, I think they let him take care of that. Yeah, they did not have all the weaponry to really win this game. The Timberwolves definitely had more good players on the other end. No shame in this loss. Only good spots. Satoransky, Marshawn Brooks played well. Yeah, almost done. Have 2 games. Portland puts up 139. This is how they get it done. Portland beats the Thunder. Behind Brook Lopez off the bench in 22 minutes, scores 29 points. Old Brook Lopez just goes ridiculous. Damian Lillard gets a bunch of support in his 27 and 7. That's very good for him. CJ McCollum does great. They had a very tough matchup, but they played impressive. Michael Beasley, 16, 5, and 4. It's just tremendous. James Ennis was fantastic from 3. 11 and 8 from Nurk. The team played excellent. I guess the Thunder just had bad defense on this day, or Portland needed to really get a victory over the Thunder and prove themselves that they were contentious. They are clearly talented, but Brook Lopez, oh my God, Brook Lopez went nuts. So yeah, Portland, who's been struggling, beats the Thunder. Westbrook's 27, 7, and 11. Another dominant game. Paul George scores 27 again. So easy. Mike Scott 16 off the bench. Tyreek 14, 4, 5. So they had a tremendous offensive game, but they could not come through on the defensive end at all. Looks like they needed so much energy to stop this Trailblazers team from just shooting everywhere, all over the place. Tyreek played all right. Wow, Thunder put up 130 and lose, 129 and lose. It's so impressive, though, by the Portland Trailblazers. And then you got these Lakers who squashed the Grizzlies. They have fun doing it. Kyle Kuzma responds back nicely with 19. Olynyk having himself, he's going back to his college days here, throwback. Brogdon plays excellent. Lonzo Ball really goes all around. Evan Turner was bad, but the team played pretty decent. They had very good defense. And on the Grizzlies side, Mario Chalmers was just trying to really impress his LA fans and did not do well at all. Weighed them down tremendously. Kelly Oubre, so nobody else really played bad, but Mario Chalmers, I don't know what that was. Andrew Harrison played well. No, they didn't. Nobody played well except for DeJounte Murray. What am I saying? He does well, but the rest of the team just could not really keep up. So let's go to these standings. In first place in the East is the Brooklyn Nets. Wow. I don't know what to say to that. That is early. That is a small sample size right there. But they are playing... Wow, that is so interesting. Playing so well so early. Toronto is 6-3. They're a great team still. Cleveland 6-4. Another great team. I expect that record to get better. Miami's 5-4, relying on their good guys. The East is so weak. Milwaukee 5-4 behind Giannis. They've won 4 in a row. They didn't play that many games this week, but Giannis is really coming alive. It's a good team that'll get better. Orlando's treading water at 5-5. You're happy that their guards are doing well, despite Vucevic's very slow start to this season. Just get outmatched by every good center. Indiana's 5-5, respectable. Washington 4-5, but they did win their last 2 in very impressive fashion, so they'll get better. The Knicks are 4-5, that's respectable. The Pistons are 4-6, they need some work. The Boston Celtics really need to look at themselves in the mirror. Charlotte lost 4 in a row, so they were 4-2, but they lost 4 games this week. Maybe they were just playing too well early. Ran into some good opponents. Philadelphia is 3-6, so they're not that good. Atlanta's 3-7. They're interesting. Chicago's 1-7 in last place. They are not that good of an NBA team. Biggest surprise, I would say, is 6-3. That's crazy. But we are happy for those young guys. That's great coaching. I think it's just D'Angelo Russell is just playing very well. So interesting. Houston is 8-3. They have some very strange games, but they are dominant. Pelicans have won 5 in a row. That feels so good, considering their 2-3 start. Their 0-3 start, I believe. The Pelicans play so much better lately. Timberwolves are 7-3 behind those good guys. The Thunder are 6-3. The Spurs are 6-4. Nice veterans right there. Golden State 6-4. That's fine. I would expect Curry to play better. Coming soon. Phoenix 6-4. So they went 1-3 this week, I would say. Starting to slip. Denver's only 5-5. They're still young, but they should be better. Portland's 5-5. They pretty hot and cold. They just need to get into the playoffs. Memphis 5-5. That's impressive. They're pretty gritty. Sacramento's 4-5. They won their last two, so they were 0-3, and now they're 4-5. So they're coming on. They're respectable. Clippers, I don't know what is going on here, but they're only 4-5. The Lakers are 4-6. Interesting. Dallas lost 4 in a row. They were 4-4. They were 4-3. Dallas, and now they've lost their last 4, going 0-3 this week. Much more like it. Utah has climbed up from 0-6. Now they're 1-3 this week. They're 3-7. They're getting back there, but they're still in last place. So this is going much more like we expected. Very impressive. New Orleans climbing themselves back from a hole. They weren't 0-3, but they were, I believe, 1-2. And in first place is the Houston Rockets, to no surprise. Very good team. All right, and we'll look at some stats. But New Orleans 7-3, very impressed. League leaders in points is still Kevin Durant, and now we got like all-stars in the top 10. Very nice to see. Kevin Durant is still leading in scoring. Rebounding is Karl Towns. Marc Gasol has climbed his way up. Assists, Russell Westbrook with all those triple doubles. He's averaging 26, 9, and 10. That's so impressive. Jeff Teague is up here, so these guys really pass the ball. What a good offense they're running. Draymond, I know he's up there. 8 assists. Unbelievable. Steals, Kyle Lowry playing tremendous defense. Blocks, Porzingis still. Turnovers, yeah, still him. Kevin Durant is leading in 3 points. He's shooting 59% this year from deep. And then the rookie report, Donovan Mitchell is still super impressive, averaging 19 point. I mean, that's 20. He's averaging 20 points a game as a rookie. To do it every night is so impressive. And then the 6 men. I can't look at the whole league. Avery Bradley still 20 points a game, and they're playing better. Wow, Marcus Morris is climbing up. He's off the bench. I did not realize Marcus Morris is coming off the bench. That makes his expectations a lot more reasonable. Troy Daniels, shout out. Very impressive. And that is it.